Now the Wahokpioyate, they are the master travelers of these cosmic strings. They open these strings that are infinitely smaller, yet continuous. They open them as a tunnel, a wormhole, a time tunnel, and they travel and they move about within and all around the dimensions. Their job has to do with making squares into circles, because the circles blend with one another. Circles have the dynamics of soap bubbles, whereas squares and cubes have a way of rubbing up against each other in a fracturing way. And so these Wahokpi, could say, Wahokpi, take care of the inner parts of us, and sometimes when we feel a little rugged around the edges, they're here to help us feel more peaceful. And so the Wahokpi's jobs. Now, polarities are merging as one. And it has to do with the bubble and understanding of the universe, gravity and photon light, traveling along curved strings, and about the circular nature of pure thought, about how love radiates as a rippling circle, a rippling sphere, going through things. Now, there are several tribes of these Wahokpi: the red tribe, the brown tribe, the blue, cobalt blue, and the black, and there's several other nations. That in a way, this race is this light, and at the same time, this race is the consciousness that travels within this bubble, this orb, and at the same time also is like a little person in their spaceship. All these and more they experience as a nation. They remind us that a race, we are this way also. In the great mind of humanity, the soul mind, the collective mind, we also cooperate as a single little ball of light in the greater universes of things. Our job is also to smooth corners into curves, to refine and to protect the earth, to help with the forces that merge from the great mystery to assist the being and being sustained. And then also to celebrate and give thanks for a passing of an individual, of an error of the state of being. The Wahokpi shares the triune responsibility with us of manifesting, sustaining, and destroying. Now, there are many ways in which our kinship with the Wahokpi can help us inside our bodies, our heart, our minds, our spirit, and also a playful travelings in the dream times and beyond. These are our friends and also our relatives. Now, the universal planetary mind, man, there is an ancient mother, and when the wild spirit of man came upon the universe, he grabbed a hold of her and he threw her down and he cut her to pieces, and her blood became the sea, and the sea that's in the sky, and her body parts became planets and moons, and each part of her became part of the material universe. In reality, we live within the broken body of our Great Mother. Now, there is a purpose in this, and it is not desolation. The purpose is a fiery union that has to do with the phoenix, that shows that as the woman yields into nothingness, behind the scenes, true power is gained in everything. That which is subtle is a directing force within that which is active. So as the seasons of the cosmos change, now it is the time for woman to regather herself as the universal field of telepathy comes back together as races, they were set apart from themselves so that there could be maintained peace through isolation. Now, come back into remembrance of each other. Likewise, the great power of the Mother that is within everything, not just earth, but everything, shall shake. In all vibrations, there'll be a quake in these dimensions and planes, within planes. And this shaking will create this 13th door. And this door is the Mother's crown, where the sea is her blood, and shall her blood retain the light. And as that light seeks the darkest point, there is a great reversal, a coming back towards the center, where the great cosmic man now honors the woman. Now, the center pole of reality. Within the center of every life form is the virtue of a great beyond of God. This virtue is a template. It is the scroll of that one's life. Life being infinite in the past infinity is the present infinity in the future and beyond these. An individual life, a scroll, that is the pole of existence. The recognition through the strong heart feeling, the feeling of the love and excitement. Once again, it is said, this is the power to make your visions be. Go where the light is the strongest. In actuality, follow where it is brighter, and follow where you will have more joy. It is as if the twigs of the great bald tree are climbing up its roots and trunk again to go back to where they belong. The force of the wind will not have the day as the power of life causes a reunion. So these twigs shall not be planted as individual trees. They shall return to source and flower. The flowers from seeds will be placed with care by the great gardener. Now, spiritual way of cosmic sound. Voice from the deep. Doesn't sound like a voice from the deep. But I'll try later. An octave or two lower. Now, the ocean nations are the mega mammal. The soughs of the trees, the voice of the ancient. Now, this is the 10th dimension yang, the hub of the web. They call the weaver's realm. Spiritual way of cosmic sound is the voice from the deep. It sounds more like a relative, or that a sound from our relative, the chiefs of the oceans would make. And I don't have the vocal cords that our relatives have, that carry the sound. Now, Chawakawi, this one Gabriel, this one that comes as walking tree is here, and opening a space for the way of cosmic sound. There's a golden light, column of light, coming to the center of the tree. In a way, this symbol is the communication of the tree. There is within the silence a great sound, and within the great sound is stillness. In a single point, the whole universe is reflected. Now, the whale nations are attending as they are too, attendants of the sacred sound of earth. And this one, Unchi, Mega, Mama, Queen of the whale nations throughout the universe, sings from the oceans of reality a pattern of life for us. And these little beings whose body make up the tree of life, these little beings that are being called the cells of the tree, being related to the quarks and the little beings of light, and also to the structures of the cells, the plants and the human and the animals, and also connected to the cosmic monad, the perfected cell of being